Shalom Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachel Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Akim that's preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along to Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens, but the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is brother you call Amon from the branch of Great Millstone LA camp back on the video. And today's video will be entitled Wisdom is a Principal Thing. I'm just gonna go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemon Shai, you know. And I'm gonna begin in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 7. You know, now the individual that wrote the book of Proverbs was King Solomon, which he was the wisest king to ever live. He was the wisest king of Israel, and we understand that, Yahweh Shai was King Solomon in his past life, you know, and because reincarnation is biblical. But this is Proverbs 4 and 7. It says, Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That's right. So wisdom out the Bible is a principal thing. And principle is from the Hebrew word ra'ashiath, which means first, beginning, best, chief. You know. So it says the first in place, time, order, or rank, specifically a first fruit. You know, beginning. Right. So this truth is chief above everything that we do in our life, and that is synonymous with putting the Lord first, because if you're in His faith, we have to put Yahweh Shemashai first above all things, in regards of doing the works, because when judgment come down, man, we're gonna need the hedge of protection, and when judgment comes down, the Lord is gonna be in the spirit of what have you done for me lately, so we want to build up. We want to receive brownie points with Yahweh Shimon Shai, and we want the Lord to have mercy upon us, man, Lord willing. But let's read Proverbs 4 and 7 again. It says, Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So, yeah, we have to get understanding. We have to understand the scriptures, because, a lot of Israelites can, read and quote scriptures and it looks good, when you quoting all these scriptures, give me this, give me that. But, if you don't have understanding of it, then it's useless. If you don't have understanding and you're not applying the scripture to your life, then it's useless. Not saying the wisdom of Yahweh Shemosai is useless, but saying that, if you know this truth and you're not applying it to your life, then you're being useless. Was what I meant to say, Slack it. You know, It says exalt her, exalt this truth because it says her, because wisdom is the feminine spirit. You know, the scriptures call the word a comforter. This as a woman comforts you in your lower points when you sad and stuff, and so the same thing with Yahweh Shemashah through the word, through the prophecies, which are the scriptures, is what comforts us. And we exalt Yahweh Shemashah, through the prophecies. It says, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her. And right, and Lord willing, that applies to us. Because let's look at that word promote. It's from the Hebrew word rawam, rawam, which means to rise up, be high, be exalted. Because then the Lord said, um, the Lord will The humble shall be exalted, and the ones that exalt themselves shall be made abased, roughly paraphrasing. So, Yahweh Shai will exalt his elect in due time. Ultimately it's going to be in the kingdom, uh, but it's going to begin, when those healings comes, man. When the spirit of healing comes, when the Lord is going to use his elect to do it, and that's going to bring the elect. The Lord's going to exalt his elect because the prophecies speak about that. And it's not about, the elect. It's not about, it's about everything is about Yahweh Shemon Shai and nothing. This truth is not about us, but the prophecy do speak about the Lord will exalt his elect of Israel. You know, begin on with Yahweh Shai. It says, verse 9, she shall give to thy head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee, right, man? So we want that crown of glory, man, our ornament of grace. And we understand that's going to come in the kingdom. Lord willing, we those men, but hey, but it all begins with wisdom being the principal thing, being the chief thing, man. This truth is supposed to triumph over everything we do in here, over our daily affairs. Of course, um, we still got to handle our affairs outside the truth as well. But the truth comes first. But this is Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Yeah, so that's, going to, seeking the Lord first, man. And, doing these videos and going out to camp and, uh, talking with the Akim, and being a good brother. And, once we do all those things, the Lord is pleased by those things, everything that we're worried about in this world, the Lord's going to add it unto us, man. Whatever we're lacking, the Lord's going to add to us, because the Lord knows what we need before we even ask Him, So as long as we put in the Lord first and doing the works, man, the Lord gonna take care of us. You see, and that goes into we gotta the works, you know, because let's get a quick scripture. It's not about works, but it's about Yahweh Shemon Shai, who He chose through predestination. But the elect will have works to justify their faith and through the fear of the Lord. Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High Yahweh. Yeah, so the fact that we have faith is not of ourselves. It's all of Yahweh Shemon Shai, which is a gift. It's all men have not the faith. You know, it said not of works, lest any man should boast. So it's not of works. It's about him not calleth. It's about predestination. You know, So, but we understand the elect will have works. In the Lord to justify their faith through the fear of the Lord, man. Let's get the quick scripture to prove that it's all about predestination. Ephesians 1:4. According as He had chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that which should be holy, which means separate from the Hebrew Kodash, and without blame before Him in love. Yeah, so if we are of the elect, that would mean that the Lord has chosen us before He even created the world. You know, because the Lord handpicked His elect before He created the world. Beginning on with Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai was the very first spirit uh, the Most High Yahweh created. Hence why Yahweh Shai only has the only title of the only begotten Son. You know, so it says, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will. Right. So the elect, it's not about works. It's about Yahweh Shai Shai choosing you to be of the elect. But, you know, through the fear of Yahweh Shai, the elect will have works to justify their faith, you know. Um, and this will be their faith, because the fact that we go out and teach, man, and You know, that's faith. That's the greatest act of faith. You know, this is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth. You know what are the treasures upon earth? You know, the FRA notes. You know, gold, silver. You know, having all these investments. Those are treasures upon the earth. It says where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Yeah, because you know a thief can break through and steal. You know, the thieves can be actual thieves. You know, that can rob you. You know, rob you, or it could be you can get robbed by getting garnished. You know, through the IRS. You know, many forms of robbery. You know, so the Lord don't want us to be in this mindset of these people of this world. You know, just I got this because if we have all these tangible things, as backup plans, then that means we don't have faith. Now it's nothing wrong that have money saved up. I'm not saying that, because money is a defense. But the Lord don't want us to be in that mindset of trusting in certain riches, as the scriptures say. You know, because this is the ultimate riches: is knowledge, is truth. In our works, the works that we do, that triumphs all these carnal riches of this world. This is verse 20 says, "But lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." Yeah, so we lay ourselves treasure in heaven, which is the works, man. And no one can steal that, you know. And if we are the elect, Lord, when we do it to the end, the Lord has through the angels, has all our works recorded. You know, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Yeah, so wherever the treasure, for example, a person that's looking for a treasure, that's all he's thinking about. That's where his heart is at, where his mind is at. Oh, I'm just, he spend, you know, all this money to fund his trips to find this treasure, and that's all he think about. So the same thing with this knowledge. This knowledge is all is everything. Yahweh Shai is everything to us. And hey, this is where our mind is at. You know, this is what we're thinking about daily. We're constantly thinking about the downfall of this kingdom, America. We constantly thinking about the kingdom of heaven. How it's gonna be righteousness on earth. And we constantly thinking about spiritual power and the time of healing. The believers of the elect. When the elect, uh, you know, when the Lord gives His elect power, spiritual power. But because we already got spiritual power through having this knowledge, because this truth is spiritual and it's powerful, but it's gonna be manifest physically very soon. And I believe through faith that's going the Lord. This I just speak as a man, but I believe it's going to begin with the apostles, the times of healing of the believers. I believe the Lord's going to give that power to the apostles first. It just makes sense because they're seasoned in truth. They're well experienced, and it's order first and foremost. So I just speak as a man when I say that. You know, but I believe that. You know, and it just makes sense for the Lord to do that. Because the apostles begin on with Apostle Har, but laboring for years. You know, more laboring for more than some of us before we were even born or thought of. So great respect to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and the bishops, and elders of Connecticut at Great Millstone. You know, so great respect to those men. You know, so yeah, I just want to make a lesson on that. Wisdom is a principal thing. Lord willing, brothers edified, and put Yahweh Shai first above all things. So Lord willing, I was edified. Till next time, Shalom.